Are you interested in buying a home in Tampa, Florida, but you don't know where to start? Are you wondering how you can pick the best neighborhoods, see homes virtually, and what are the steps included in the transaction? Well, I've got you covered. This is the video for you. But first, hi, my name is Kelly Peart. I am a local real estate broker in Tampa, Florida, and I am also a local resident for 20 plus years of the Tampa Bay area. So you've come to the right place. I'm able to take you through how you should buy a home, along with how to pick the best neighborhoods. I look forward to possibly working with you, but before we get there, let's talk through how to buy a house in Florida. Also, stay tuned until the end of this video. I will be sharing a free resource with you that will help you in your move to Tampa and in your purchase. So your first step is you need to find a realtor that you vibe with and you can trust. So you've already taken the first step there, right? Because you are on YouTube watching this video. So you're getting a feel for how I work, right? If I'm the person you choose to work with, and I would love to earn your business, then you make that decision and you stick with it. If you decide that somebody else is better and somehow you feel like you connect better with that person or they're the one for you, then you should go with that as well. The most important thing in choosing a realtor is to make sure that it's someone you feel you can trust. If you don't trust them, especially since you're out of state, you are going to have some difficulties as you go through the transaction. The other thing you need to make sure to do is to not realtor hop. So if you hop from one realtor to the other, I think what you'll find is that you won't be giving one person all the data that they need to be able to best help you. So if you think about it from the perspective of, as a realtor, with each home that I show you or I provide you, I get a little bit of feedback from you. And that feedback, when I stack it all together, helps me to realize if a home is perfect for you. So it's super important to make sure that you pick someone you can trust and you stick with them. All right, so step two. Step two is to know your numbers. So after you've reached out to your realtor, most realtors, myself included, we have mortgage people that we work with, and we can recommend people for your specific situation. So for example, a buyer that is self-employed may go to a different lender than someone that works a W-2 job. It all depends on your specific scenario, and your realtor would recommend people that they've seen close the deal based upon their prior experiences. So that's your step number two. Additionally, the importance of knowing your numbers is you'll know what types of homes you can actually shop for, right? So you can take a look at homes, that are $2 million, but if your budget is $500,000, then you're probably going to end up frustrated, right? Because you won't be able to submit offers of $500,000 on a $2 million house. So that's very important. You must know your numbers to proceed. Okay, step number three. It's very important to visit the Tampa Bay area. You don't have to visit for long. It can be done over a weekend, but it's super important to get a vibe for where you'll be living. So after you've discussed and you've gotten your numbers, you will have a conversation with your realtor about some of the neighborhoods that can fit your budget. And once you've done this, you'll be able to come and view those neighborhoods. So you'll need to rent a car and just drive around. It doesn't have to be planned. It just needs to be you in the car driving around, getting a feel for it, right? Drive on a main street, turn off on some of the side streets. This will help you get a feel for if you like the neighborhood or if you decide that it's not a neighborhood for you. Super important to be able to move into the next step. And with that, step four. Step four is to pick your neighborhood. So now that you've come down to Tampa Bay and you've driven around a bit, you now have a good feel for which neighborhood you like. Some neighborhoods will bubble to the top. I would say at this point, you'll probably have a list of 3 contenders, maybe 5, where you know that you like those neighborhoods and that's where you want to end up. At this point, your realtor will be able to put together a search that shows you every house that comes on the market for that specific neighborhood. Once you take a look at those and we match those up with your wants and needs, then we'll be able to say, okay, let's move into step number 5. And that brings me to step number 5. Step number 5 is to view the properties virtually. So a good realtor will go to the property, view the property either with you on FaceTime, or the realtor will take video for you and share that with you. That's one of the services that I offer to my clients. Via that video, you'll be able to kind of get a feel for the house. It's important to get someone who is experienced in doing it. Why? Because there are certain things that hide in a home. So if you don't know what to look for, you might miss them. And that's really important. That's part of why you pick a realtor who's experienced with doing virtual showings. All right, so step number 6. So once you know that you like a given house and you've selected a given house based upon the ones that your real estate agent has sent your way, you will then need to be ready to act and offer quickly. So the days of you being able to spend lots of time thinking about it, those are no more. Act quickly and make sure that if you want the house, you offer on the house immediately. So making a decision quickly, super important. Okay, step number 7. So now you've made the offer. What do you have to do next? So the next thing is, if you think about it from a seller's perspective, they need to know that you are serious. So you're going to have to make an escrow deposit. That escrow deposit can range. A good number to keep in mind is, say, 2% of the sales price of the house, give or take, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. But it's important that you're ready with that deposit to deposit it within 3 business days. Yes, you heard that, 3 business days. You're going to have that money on hand. It needs to be liquid cash, easily available, where you can immediately transfer it to an escrow company. And because you are out of state, it's important to make sure that you don't miss that deadline. So a lot of the times, what I do with my buyers is we will counsel you to make sure that you get it in as soon as possible. So escrow deposit money, that is your step number 7. Step number 8. Now that you've selected a property, you need to do a property inspection. Your realtor will likely be able to suggest someone. That person will go through the house with a fine-tooth comb. There's somebody that specializes in looking at the house, taking a deeper look at the house. They're going to check things like the plumbing, the AC, the inside, everything. And they will write a report to let you know what may be wrong with the house. And FYI, even a brand new house where no one has lived in it will always have something on the inspection report. So then you'll work through with your realtor which of those items may be important, which of those items may not be important, and based upon that, if you need to, you can ask for repairs. Number 9, work with the lender. So after you've gone through your inspection period and you have decided that you want to proceed with the transaction, you now have to take care of the rest of the financials with your lender. So your lender is going to ask you for lots of paperwork, W-2 statements, bank account statements, investment account statements, all of the things that make up your financial profile. It's important to make sure that anything your lender asks you for, you provide it within 24 hours to make sure there are no delays in your transaction. Okay, we're almost there. So step number 10. So now you have gone through the entire process financially. You've taken care of all of your inspections. You made your offer earlier. And now you are about 2 to 5 days from closing. Now is the time for you to do a final walkthrough. So I usually suggest that you come back during this period of time and view the home. However, you don't have to. It is possible to hire the same inspector to go back in and just verify that everything's okay. So that is the final walkthrough. And this is the last time you see the house before you sign the final documents to make it your own. All right, step number 11. So now you are going to close on the home virtually. So what does that mean exactly? It means that all of the legal paperwork that transfers the ownership from the seller to you, the buyer, is now going to be signed on the dotted line. You are going to need to sign everything virtually, and your escrow agent will walk you through that. And once that's all done, you now own a brand new house. So welcome to Tampa Bay, Florida. I hope that helped. Hopefully that answered some of your questions in terms of the different steps in the process and how to find a neighborhood and what things you should be looking forward to. It's a really exciting process, and when you work with a professional, it definitely helps. As I said in the beginning of the video, I have a free neighborhood guide. So if you go to the About page on my profile, or you check in the links below, you're going to see a link that says Neighborhood Guide. Go ahead and click on that and download that neighborhood guide. It will take you through some of the steps that I just mentioned. It also has my contact info. I look forward to hearing from you. This video was inspired by the Living in Tampa, Florida channel. I saw his video about tips for buying a house in Tampa, Florida, and I thought that I could add to the discussion. Again, my name is Kelly Peart. I'm a local real estate broker here in Tampa, Florida. I help out-of-state buyers like yourself buy by using virtual services, and I help local sellers sell with ease. If you're looking to buy or sell in Tampa, Florida, I hope we can earn your business. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.